Right now on Weather Center Live, it's the rain that doesn't seem to want to end, making it hard for some people to enjoy the start of their summer break. Question is there an end in sight? We have some answers straight ahead.
Meanwhile, our own Jim Cantore is cooking up something amazing in the lab, giving you a different perspective of the different sized hailstones that come with severe storms. It's in-depth, expert-filled coverage you'll only find right here on the Weather Channel. And it starts right now on Weather Center Live. And we thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Nick Walker. Great to be here with you today,
Great to have you here, Nick.
Hey, we're going to talk with Jim Cantore a little bit later on, but I tell you what, we got some other things that we need to cover right now, so let's get right to the eastern rain that just won't seem to let up for your work week. Hey, check out the rain and hail coming down yesterday in Morgan County, Georgia. We got a sluggish upper low that could continue to bring stuff like this, particularly into the mid-Atlantic, where we've seen some heavy rainfall so far today, Viv.
Yeah, very heavy rain, and again, those hailstones, another concern. So we are watching a good part of the southeast and mainly into the mid-Atlantic again today, kind of a carbon copy of yesterday. So just get ready, just be prepared. Keep your umbrella handy if you're anywhere along the southeast coast, because we still have basically that overall instability in place. A broad area of low pressure, and notice how we're noticing the influx of moisture still coming in back around the low pressure over the north central parts of Virginia, and then just some low clouds still hanging around down in North and South Carolina, down into Georgia, and even back into the northern parts of Alabama. There's a little dip in the jet stream with upper air energy flowing through, but at the surface we have this stationary front. It has been the focus for showers and storms over the last couple of days, and today is no exception. We'll have that area of low pressure kind of developing along the surface front, but here we go today. Again, just widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. I think we'll continue to watch for the afternoon hours, and then tomorrow the eastern parts of North Carolina, even up to the Tidewater area of Virginia, and even back to the Piedmont area of North Carolina, we'll be dealing with some scattered showers. So rain through tomorrow, again widely scattered, maybe an inch in some localized rain gauges, but that will be primarily along the coast of North Carolina. In Wilmington, here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast, looking at the chance of thunder showers right on into the late evening hours. Back to you, Nick.
Hey, check this out. It's a supercell over Hanston, Kansas. Whoa. That's about 40 miles northeast of Dodge City, and look at the incredible wall of rain underneath it as well. That quick burst brought about 1/10 of an inch of rain here yesterday, with some hail falling in some spots the size of quarters. And guess what? There's the potential for more severe weather today. So let's talk about where we could see that severe rumbling today. Dr. Greg Postel's in the lab to show us what to expect. What's the most likely area, Greg?
I'd say northern Kansas and southern Nebraska, Nick, later on this afternoon. In fact, we just got a severe thunderstorm warning over the wires for Potawatomi, Kansas. That's until 12:45 p.m. Central Time. Let's go to the map and I can show you where we expect severe weather today, most likely in that area in red, kind of along and maybe just a little south of I-70 across the state of Kansas, and then getting into parts of Missouri as well. Hail and high winds would be the primary hazards. Can't rule out the possibility of a tornado, but you can see right now across the satellite pictures in the region, we've got a cluster of storms that really formed last night over parts of Nebraska and continues to move east-southeastward, heading towards St. Louis. Overall, this cluster is weakening, still producing a lot of heavy rain. We got all kinds of flash flood warnings just north of Kansas City, but there is the severe thunderstorm warning that I wanted to point to for Potawatomi, Riley, and Wabunsee counties. Right in here for that group of storms just north of I-70, likely moving east-southeast. We'll probably cross I-70 somewhere near Topeka if it holds together. This one will likely have quarter-sized hail and maybe winds up to 60 miles per hour. But aside from all that, right, it's been the heavy rain. Look at these 6-hour radar estimates of rainfall totals, almost 6 inches, or just a little over 6 inches just north of KC. So regardless of the severe weather, there's going to be another round of heavy rain coming tonight. Here you can see why. Very humid airflow coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. Dew points all across this area are in the upper 60s and lower 70s. The sun is out right there across parts of southern Kansas. That means the air is getting more unstable. So you get a sense that that instability is going to be flowing into that frontal zone, which is right around here. And this is where I think new initiation is going to be developing later on this afternoon. We'll start to see new storms with a lot of heavy rain, hail, and high winds. Show you where the radar starts it all off. Really by about 3 o'clock, we'll see a new batch here across southern Nebraska. That will begin to fill in southwestward from there across Kansas and eastern Nebraska, and that whole group of storms will be heading toward eastern Kansas, including Kansas City, and probably turn into one of those mesoscale convective systems that we saw last night that produced a lot of the heavy rain in the very same area. Busy day ahead. Nick, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Greg. Hey, those winds, they can cause a lot of damage in a thunderstorm. Let's show you why we get this. Wind gust damage can be had with 45 to 57 mile-per-hour winds. Trees are going to bend, small limbs are going to break. You're probably going to see at least some cosmetic damage to homes, maybe a loose shingle or an outer fixture falling. At 58 to 74 miles per hour, that's when you get the large limbs breaking off the trees. And really, shallow rooted trees can be pushed over, especially if they've been, rained on a lot and those roots are weak. Semi-trucks can actually be turned over in winds like this as well. But then, when you get into the range of 75 to 90 miles per hour, you get widespread tree damage. You get roof damage to homes, and weak structures like outbuildings or even mobile homes could be destroyed, really, completely. So, don't ever say, oh, it's just thunderstorm winds, it's not a tornado. Winds cannot be your friend.
All right, winds gone wild. Just one danger from the storms we've been seeing this week. Very heavy rain is another. In Kansas City, rain so heavy it caused a transit bus to get stuck in high water. Thankfully, though, no one was hurt. And at the Kansas City airport, 2¼ inches of rain fell, making for a new daily record. And of course, this comes on the heels of one of the wettest Mays ever. And you gotta stay tuned for this. Our own Jim Cantore does some remarkable things in the lab to explain the weather. Here's a preview of what he's doing next.
One of the most amazing things about a thunderstorm you can get is hail. How do you get pea-size, golf ball size, or even soccer ball size hail? We'll tell you about it coming up.
Heartburn.
No one burns on my watch. Try Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. They work fast and don't taste chalky.
Amazing. I have heartburn.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Hi, I'm Ty Pennington. To build your dream home, you need tools. And the most important tool of all is a low mortgage rate from Guaranteed Rate. Visit Guaranteed Rate online today. In minutes, you can get a free rate quote, see your credit score, and print a letter of pre-approval to go shop for your new home, all at no cost to you. Or you can simply call, and Guaranteed Rate will guide you through the process.
After 4 really bad experiences with mortgage companies, I went to Guaranteed Rate, and the difference was really night and day.
We were going to rent. That was the going-in plan, but the rate was so low at Guaranteed Rate that we ended up buying.
What are you waiting for? Get a low rate from Guaranteed Rate today and experience firsthand the amazing customer service that has made Guaranteed Rate one of the country's top 10 and most trusted mortgage lenders. Call them today.
Call 888-296-3300 or visit grloans.com.
We love to barbecue in the summer. We're here at Burlington to get it all started. I find everything for a lot less than department stores. I mean, everything. I dressed all the kids for under $40. Welcome to the Cooper Family Barbecue.
Hot dog, please.
Bop, 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 bop. Glad you're with us right here on AMHQ. The whole team.
Right, either go all in or just tap out.
Here we go. I told you, we're going to bust out of this drought.
As we say, keep watching with us this morning because we're all watching history happen together.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under partly cloudy skies. today. Scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Mostly cloudy skies. Low 75. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Fat Guys in the Woods. New season starts Sunday on the Weather Channel.
Aren't you Kristen Press?
That's me.
Great to see you off the soccer field.
What's that sunscreen?
It's Coppertone Clearly Sheer. Lightweight, breathable protection.
Your skin looks amazing, not greasy.
Try it.
Heads up.
Show off.
I heard that.
Coppertone Clearly Sheer. Let's do this. Let's build a dining room with no walls. Let's put it all together, then let's get together. Let's do this. Plant color everywhere with 12-pack annuals, just $9.98. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead. Big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, it could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide.
I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
You'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. See why millions of people have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP. Don't wait. Call now.
Welcome back, Ford. It's great to see you.
Style is important to us, but it's important to him.
Morgan, his groomer, knows how to make him look good. Other dogs just admire
Doing
him.
this like you see dogs are like.
The doggy double take.
Pethood's better with a partner. Now you can book appointments with our groomers online at PetSmart.com.
Remember this? A storm dumping hail on cars in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Tuesday. Well, it wasn't so much the size of the individual hailstones themselves as much as it was their sheer number of hailstones that came down on the area. Wow. And I'm sure, I'm sure you've heard of Tornado Alley, but believe it or not, there's an area known as Hail Alley.
And Jim Cantore tells us where that area is, and he also shows us how hail not only forms, but can grow to be bigger than softballs.
And when we think of winds, we think about what comes at our face and what blows in the horizontal. But this will be a vertical wind, what we call an updraft that supports, helps to grow this hail and can produce hail anywhere from pea size to softball size to even bigger hail than that. We're going to show you that in just a moment. Of course, when you think of hail, it doesn't get a lot of attention, right? Tornadoes get most of the attention when you're talking about big thunderstorms, but hail can cause billions of dollars worth of damage. All right, what does it take in terms of updraft strength to produce pea-size hail, which of course is the smallest hail we typically get here to hit the ground? Well, about 35 miles per hour. That wind will be blowing 35 miles per hour. Suspend those super cool water droplets. They'll start to coalesce, and voila, we've got ourselves ice. They can grow bigger than that. Quarter-size hail, 49 mile per hour updraft. Now we're getting up there in terms of the speed. Let's say those quarters are still there and the updraft increases in strength. You can actually grow that hail to become as big as golf ball size. Absolutely, golf ball size hail. Stones that big, and once you get that big, you've got big problems on your hand because golf balls can cause damage to roofs, to cars, even the sides of buildings. These come out of the cloud at over 100 miles an hour on average, and when they come down just a little bit off of the vertical, you're talking about something that bangs into the side of buildings. Looks like somebody opened up an AK-47. Stones can continue to grow as long as the updraft strength is strong. Baseball size hail. Winds 81 miles per hour to help support this. And remember, the stones don't go up and down in the whole thunderstorm. They just kind of sit there. They float. There's all this super cool water droplets that exist with temperatures below 32 degrees, which is where these stones are, and they just continue to add to this. Sometimes you get different size stones that bang together and you get one big jagged stone. Well, We can get bigger hail than baseball. Teacup size hail, 3 inches in diameter, takes 85-mile-per-hour winds. And if you're going 85 on the interstate, what does that mean? You're probably getting a ticket. Stones can get bigger than teacups. They can get to softball size. You're talking about 4.5-inch diameter hail. It takes a 103-mile-per-hour updraft to suspend a 4.5-inch diameter hailstone. And if it comes down, it's going to cause damage to anything that it hits. The biggest hailstone that we've ever seen in the history of the United States, that at least has been officially measured, was in Vivian, South Dakota on July 23rd, 2010. This thing was huge. 8 inches across, 18.62 inches in diameter. It weighed nearly 2 pounds. And to give you a size comparison, it's almost as big as a soccer ball. I mean, look at the size of this thing. So if I put this next to my head, this was about as big as that hailstone. Could you imagine being outside without a helmet in this?
Yikes. Hey, tomorrow here on the Weather Channel, you'll see Jim along with Sam Champion like you've never seen them before. They head into the woods with the help of survivor expert Creek Stewart. Don't miss it tomorrow starting at 7 a.m. All right, let's see what kind of thunderstorms we got to survive today, Viv.
Oh, yeah, we're surviving them, or trying to anyway. That's sliding out of Nebraska and Kansas right into the northwestern parts of Missouri. And we're watching this line south and east of St. Louis, too. We'll have more on that in a moment. But look at this. We have a severe thunderstorm warning out on this one now as the storms move off to the south and east. Pottawatomie County under a severe thunderstorm warning. Hailstones, the biggest threat here, up to the size of golf balls, have been verified, so please be careful.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
What's this? A box. It takes worn-out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Seems we've hit a roadblock.
That reminds me. Anyone have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating?
Yes.
One Philips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against occasional digestive issues with 3 types of good bacteria. Live the regular life. Philips.
Life is a journey. There's a starting point and an ending point. Between these 2 points, we sometimes lose our way. Until the day comes when our travels bring us full circle, returning us to the place where it all started, reminding us why we're on this journey to begin with. Find something more in Illinois.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
Friday on AMHQ, survival expert Creek Stewart takes me and my buddy Sam Champion out into the woods with one objective: to stay alive.
Hey, Jim, this thing's got an espresso machine. It's awesome.
Sam and Jim in the woods, Friday morning on AMHQ.
Champion, this is not camping.
We all want that little black dress moment, that look good, feel good moment. But when you're overweight, it's more like little black dress. I don't even want to get dressed. I'm tired. My knees hurt. I'm not going up those stairs again moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Now you can lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist for your money back guarantee.
You'll get perfectly portioned meals that are ready in minutes. So there's no counting, no measuring, no guesswork. Simple.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals. Plus, you'll get 1 week of energizing shakes free and 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes free.
This is your moment. Don't wait. Start looking and feeling great today.
Call now, 855-807-THIN, and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
and it just hit us,
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Mostly cloudy skies. Low 75. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
In Cabo San Lucas, they're worried, and the tropics are the reason why. This is what Hurricane Odile did last year, and it was a Category 3. If Blanca were to intensify to a Cat 5, it would be the earliest on record since 1973. And to be honest with you, yesterday we were concerned that that might happen. Right now, though, it looks like Blanca is coming down in its intensity, though it could rise back up here in the next day or so. There's Blanca right now, Hurricane Blanca, Tropical Storm Andres, which is basically nothing to deal with anymore, probably becoming post-tropical later on. But we've got another area to watch near the Mexican coastline as well that we got to keep our eye on. But let's talk about Blanca. Looking a little bit less organized, still got an eye to it, but not that tight eye that it had yesterday. It was a Category 4 before, and now the wind's down to a Category 2 strength, but it's a high Category 2 with 110 miles per hour, moving just barely at 3 miles per hour toward the northwest, but at least it's beginning to move now. It really wasn't moving the last couple of days, and as it sat there, we just really, it was upwelling more cold water, and so it was weakening a little bit, but now it's expected to move off toward the northwest and maybe even strengthen a little bit more. Probably by sometime late Sunday and on into early Monday, we're going to see it move very close to the Baja Peninsula near Cabo San Lucas, and it's going to be moving into some cooler water eventually. Right now, over the warm water, and as it moves now, it'll stay in warm water for a little while, so it might gain a little bit of strength. All the models take it a little farther toward the west than what we were thinking yesterday. So instead of moving into this area of warm water, it'll move in some cooler water, and that could cause it to weaken. Nevertheless, we're likely to get lots of heavy rain from this. Tropical storm force winds are possible too, but it will be weakening as it approaches. We're also watching this little entity that could become a named storm in the next few days, a 30% chance of it becoming that. Its name would be Carlos. Viv?
All right, thanks very much, Nick. Well, from the eastern Pacific, a little farther south, let's take you north into the Pacific Northwest because we're looking at Portland, Oregon. There you see some puffy clouds, you see some blue, but the clouds are starting to filter a little bit, but not really abating the hot air that's in place now. Normal temperatures in the low 50s for low temperatures around the Portland area. Right now, we're in the mid 60s, and we're well on our way to perhaps being a good 10 to 20 degrees above average in the Portland area. So the northwest heat wave starts as we progress deeper into the week and right on into the weekend. Look at Portland. Your hottest day will be right here on Sunday. We're expecting a high of 90 degrees in the Portland area. So the heat will be on, that is for sure, in Portland. But it's not only in Portland, Oregon, but a good part of the Pacific Northwest as the big ridge of high pressure pushes all the way into Canada. And it's mainly areas south of the jet stream that we have the warmer air. So with the jet stream pushing all the way into Canada, there you have it. Afternoon highs running a good 10 to 20 degrees above average. So let's get more particulars because on Saturday, look at you, Seattle, in the low 80s. That's a good 13 degrees above the average. That'll be the case on Sunday too. So an entire weekend of the heat building across this region. And I gotta point out here in Redding, 105 as we go through the next several days. So Monday, we're talking about flirting with some record highs. The forecast of 102 in Yakima, where the record is 95. Nick?
Well, as we go to break, if you're looking for a summer getaway, the U.S. Virgin Islands offers some of the best weather destinations. St. Thomas is the most popular cruise port in the Caribbean, known for its beaches, for snorkeling, and for sport fishing. So let's get a look at the forecast here in the coming days for St. Thomas. Sunshine today, got a slight chance of a few showers as we get into tomorrow afternoon, but as we head to the weekend and beyond, lots of sunshine out there. Put on that sunscreen, lots of it. Stay with us.
Best weather destinations brought to you by the U.S. Virgin Islands, not just a vacation. Learn more at visitusvi.com.
To get one free and $500 toward activities, shopping, and dining. That's Virgin Islands nice.
So nice, Seems we've hit a roadblock.
That reminds me. Anyone have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating?
Yes.
One Philips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against occasional digestive issues with 3 types of good bacteria.
Live the regular life. Philips.
And just like that, the snow is gone. And off you go. And every frozen second spent willing this day to come is just a warm, fading memory.
I'm a loving husband and a real good dad, but weeds just make me rattlesnake mad. Well, Roundup has a sharp-shooting wand. I'm sending them weeds to the great beyond. Roundup. Yeah. No need to pump, just point and shoot. Hit them in the leaves and it kills to the root. Round fences, trees, even mulch beds, because the only good weed is a weed that's dead. Roundup. Yeah. Roundup. Yeah. With a one-touch wand.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone. Would they struggle to pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. Just look, less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-521-0331 or visit AIGDirect.com.
You may not be a prepper now, but you will be. Whether the next disaster is man-made or wrought by Mother Nature, you need a plan. WiseFoodStorage.com's emergency gourmet meals are made in the USA, delicious, easy to prepare, just add water, and packaged and proportioned perfectly, eliminating waste and creating a shelf life of up to 25 years. Why face your next emergency on an empty stomach? Request your free sample today at WiseFoodStorage.com.
Bop, 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 bop. Glad you're with us right here on AMHQ, the whole team.
Right, either go all in or just tap out.
Here we go. I told you, we're going to bust out of this drought.
As we say, keep watching with us this morning because we're all watching history happen together.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Mostly cloudy skies. Low 75. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
and it just hit us,
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Storm chasers across the plains are definitely busy these days. Check out this rotating wall cloud captured yesterday by Trevor White. This was in Elizabeth, Colorado. Simply amazing to see something like this. And as always, we encourage our storm chasers to be careful, use your best judgment when dealing with these unpredictable storms. And please, if you're tempted, leave chasing to the professionals, won't you? Hello and thanks for watching Weather Center Live. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Now, was that an amazing wall cloud there?
Scary.
Unfortunately, the fact of the matter is that we could see more of that today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes, where the severe weather could crop up. But we've had lots of rain out toward the coast. We want to start with round after round of falling rain across the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. Got a live look at Virginia Beach, Virginia. Clouds over you right now. You've seen rain off and on, and maybe even a chance of seeing some heavy stuff. Let's talk about the wet southeast and mid-Atlantic, Viv.
Been watching pretty much a little area of low pressure that's been kind of lurking here and keeping things unsettled. Here's a look at our latest satellite picture. We've superimposed the radar for you, the radar reflectivity right here. This is where we have the bulk of the rain coming across the eastern and central parts there of Virginia. Not so much into North Carolina or South Carolina yet, but they could develop later this afternoon. Those scattered thunderstorms, they'll be widely scattered, but nonetheless, just a lot of warm, moist air in place for the most part. And near this stationary front is where we have the low-level convergence, and that will just enhance the lift in the atmosphere, which is more conducive for the thunderstorm. So today, again, the outlined areas in green, that's where those showers and storms could pop up. And even tomorrow, the Outer Banks of North Carolina up into the Tidewater area here of Virginia, even the western parts of Virginia back a little closer to the Appalachian Mountains. So we're watching this whole area, but you do notice that we don't have a large area of dark green painted here. So we're just talking about some scattered showers and thunderstorms, but some of those localized rain gauges could pick up as much as an inch or so. So if you have a rain gauge, say a personal rain gauge, just put it outside your home in the eastern parts of North Carolina, and then let us know how much rain you got so that we can keep official tallies of the rainfall totals. Okay, here we go. The forecast for Wilmington, North Carolina later on this afternoon. That's when we think those thunderstorms will start to fire, and they very well could continue right on into the early evening hours, into the nighttime hours. So we'll be here, of course, keeping you updated. Back to you, Nick.
All right, thanks, Viv. Hey, we want to focus our attention now on more storms popping up across the plains. Storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel is in the lab. No rest for the weary, Dr. Postel.
No, Nick, it's going to be a busy afternoon. You're exactly right. Let's have a look at the area we think is most at risk for severe weather today, including the possibility of hail, high winds, and maybe even a tornado or two. It's in that red area right across parts of Kansas, southern Nebraska, eastern Colorado, even parts of Missouri. That's the area most likely to see severe storms. In fact, we've got some ongoing right now. There's a big cluster there moving across northern Kansas and northern Missouri, but on the southwestern edge, it's these guys, those storms right there, about 50 miles to the west of Topeka, Kansas, that have my attention, as has the attention from the National Weather Service, because there is a severe thunderstorm warning, which actually was just, looks like expired, but it was for this line of storms, which had the possibility of bringing 60-mile-per-hour winds and some quarter-sized hail as that group of storms moves slowly eastward across areas like Wamego, getting into Rossville, Alma, eventually probably getting into Topeka. We'll see if they maintain their integrity or their intensity, these storms, as they move on off toward the east at about 30. But these locations should be on the lookout for gusty winds, perhaps 40 to 50 miles per hour, and the possibility of small hail. At those times, expect that kind of weather condition. Elsewhere, we have, of course, the heavy rain is a pretty big threat. Radar estimates in just the last 6 hours. Look at this, 6.1 inches there, just a little bit north of Kansas City there. So forget the heavy rain, forget the hail and the high winds. Heavy rain is going to be a big threat, in part because a very humid air mass continues to flow northward out of the Gulf of Mexico. Look at some of these dew points, upper 60s, low 70s. That humid air is banging up against that frontal zone, and there's going to be a lot of lift out here that is going to be taking place this afternoon and evening underneath an increasingly strong wind aloft. At the jet stream, we've got 50-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the southwest. So those strong winds aloft will help sustain these thunderstorms, keep them long-lived, and in an area that is getting more and more unstable. We got clear skies out across parts of Kansas. The instability is high and getting even higher. Mixed layer capes are above 3,000 joules per kilogram. So let's time it out for everybody, showing you all the ingredients are going to come to play for some big storms here across parts of Nebraska and Kansas. Look at this ferocious cluster, probably a repeat of last night with all kinds of supercellular possibilities there with hail, high winds, maybe even a tornado, and of course, the heavy rain. Nick and Viv, back to you.
All right, thanks, Dr. Postel. We all know too well about the flooding that can come with these severe storms.
But when the flooding, of course, occurs at night, the situation becomes even more dangerous.
Yeah, Dave Malkoff has a look at what's lurking in the dark.
Avoiding a flooded street can be a lot easier when the sun is up. It's very different when it's 3 a.m. in Dallas, Texas.
How many people did you pull out?
3. I believe 3. This Swiftwater rescue team is proving how a pitch black night just adds to the chaos of a flash flood. Take this one overpass, for example. Even an experienced tow truck driver did not see the street was flooded until he was floating away in the murky water.
What did you think when the water started rising in your tow truck?
Oh, sheesh. In the U.S., nearly 100 people die each year in flash floods. One survivor we met was Dan Wynn. That's his Lexus back there. Dan was on his way home from work.
And when we go over here and the water go up so suddenly, you know, so fast, and it stuck me in all the way to over there.
Dan didn't know that road was flooded. It was too dark outside and it was pouring. All of a sudden, he was floating away. Dan rolled down the window, got out onto the roof, and decided to swim for his life, all while holding his cell phone above his head.
Yeah, I got my cell phone, just swim with my one hand, with my phone up, you know, so my phone's still working.
Dan actually did the right thing. FEMA tells us if floodwaters rise around your car, get out and get to higher ground if you can. It only takes 6 inches of water to carry your car away. Luckily for Dan, this water was not moving. He got to the overpass and called for help.
And I decided to take off my shoe and swim across, you know, and go up.
Much better to lose a pair of shoes and a fancy car than to become a statistic in a dangerous nighttime flash flood.
And here's another statistic we need to keep in mind. Nearly half of flash flood victims die in their cars. It's auto-related flash flooding. And here's what we're talking about. We're talking about water that weighs 62.4 pounds per cubic foot and typically flows downstream at a speed of anywhere between 6 and 12 miles per hour. You may not even see or sense that it is moving, but it probably is. And when a vehicle stalls out, that water's momentum is transferred right to the car. For every foot of water, 500 pounds of lateral force is applied to the car, and so it can actually push the car downstream, and hopefully not with you in it. The car displaces water as it rises around it, and in fact, the car weighs 1,500 pounds less for every foot that the water rises. And as Dave mentioned, 2 feet of water will carry away. That's why we continue to tell you over and over, when flash flooding comes, turn around, don't drown, find another way around those flooded roads. Stay with us. We'll talk more about storms ahead.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 87. Tonight, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Overcast. Low 75. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You know the importance of heart health. You watch your diet, exercise, and may take an omega-3 supplement such as fish oil. But when it comes to omega-3s, it's the EPA and DHA that really matter for heart health. Not all omega-3 supplements are the same. Introducing Bayer Pro Ultra Omega-3 from the heart health experts at Bayer, with 2 times the concentration of EPA and DHA as the leading omega-3 supplement. Plus, it's the only brand with ProGel technology, proven to reduce fish burps. New Bayer Pro Ultra Omega-3.
Why do we insist on 100% Alaskan whitefish? Why do we always hand dip in our famous batter, cook it to golden perfection, and serve it with fries for just $1.99? Because at Long John Silver's, we think you deserve more for $1.99.
As we cross a bridge known as the Mighty Mac, we find it. Something the Ojibwaka Gajige. We know it is timeless. A land that says, slow down, listen to my stories, hear my songs. Timeless can be as big as the sunset on a great lake, or as endless as the stars that watch over us. Welcome to Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Welcome to the purest of pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. Start shopping online from a list of top-rated providers.
Visit angieslist.com today.
Let's do this. Let's build a dining room with no walls. Let's put it all together, then let's get together. Let's do this. Plant color everywhere with 12-pack annuals, just $9.98. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. A government study reports thousands of workers have been diagnosed with asbestos-related mesothelioma. To compensate those affected, asbestos trusts have been established with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. Act now. Call 1-800-950-MESO for a free consultation. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
There's a big difference between retirement and a secure retirement. Well, you may be standing right in front of the difference between uncertainty and knowing that everything's going to be all right. It's your home. Turning your home's equity into tax-free cash when you need it is a simple way to eliminate your existing monthly mortgage payments, pay off debt, and get you and your family the financial resources you need. It's a loan that your home pays back instead of you making monthly payments, the way you do with a traditional mortgage. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage. Now, we all love our homes. Why not just stay there using a reverse mortgage with AAG? It could be the perfect solution. Call us today to receive a free information pack with no obligation that contains a helpful 3-part guide and DVD. You'll receive a guide to reverse mortgages and how they work, including the many consumer safeguards that protect you and your home. Also, our important all-new reverse mortgage retirement planner that explains the many ways a reverse mortgage could provide stability and security for your retirement. We then add a guide filled with information for children and loved ones. It's got what you need to know about reverse mortgages and how they can play a vital role in your retirement plans.
Call 1-800-816-8185 to receive our all-new information pack, all absolutely free with no obligation. Call 1-800-816-8185. That's 1-800-816-8185.
Real retirement security makes all the difference. Find out more about what a reverse mortgage can do for you.
Call 1-800-816-8185 to receive our all-new information pack, all absolutely free with no obligation. Call 1-800-816-8185. That's 1-800-816-8185.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
All right, we've been telling you about the drought in California, and it's not only drying up farmland, but thousands of jobs as well.
Yeah, unfortunately. And NBC's Chris Clackham looks at what some farmers are being forced to do because of the extremely dry conditions.
California's drought has become so devastating, farmers are giving up on their crops.
There isn't much more that we can do.
The lack of water and rain have forced growers like Joe Del Bosque to turn under the asparagus on his farm near Fresno.
This field would have produced over 300,000 pounds of asparagus.
As well as produce a few dozen jobs. California's agricultural industry's taking the biggest hit economically from the drought that's now in its 4th year.
It's terrible because it's an economic loss for me, but beyond that, there's going to be a loss of jobs. It takes about 20 people to harvest this field for 2 months.
Some 18,600 mostly farm jobs, as well as $2.7 billion in revenue, are expected to dry up this year, according to a state report, because of the drought that's left lakes as dry as deserts.
I've never seen it this low, actually.
We've been coming here for like the past 4 or 5 years, and it probably just gets a little bit lower every year.
The worst drought in the state's history has also resulted in the toughest water restrictions ever. With some success, water consumption's off by 13%, but the state wants it reduced by 25%. While farmers add to the several 100,000 acres that have already been plowed under, waiting for a wetter forecast. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
All right, well, let's talk more about the drought, because I think California is pretty much the only state that is still experiencing as big of a drought as it did the beginning of the year, because as you can see, the start of the year, we were at 32% exceptional drought conditions right across the central parts of California is where it was the driest. And over the last 4 to 5 months, we have noticed that things haven't gotten any better. In fact, they've worsened. As you can see here, 47% of the state, as of today, experiencing exceptional drought conditions. Now, you know, we've been talking about the heavy rains in Texas and Oklahoma, so the drought across the Lone Star State has been totally eradicated for the most part. You know, 3 months ago, we were at 43% drought, but now only 1% of the state because of the heavy rains. Let's check out the forecast now. Here's Nick.
Well, we've got a little bit of rain that's going to be coming into California here in the days to come, but of course, not nearly what we need there. We're going to see more in the west, too, and also some severe weather threats here in portions of eastern Colorado, down into New Mexico, into western Kansas once again. We'll also be watching Wyoming for the threat of more severe weather. They've had so much flooding problems there with rivers on the rise there, particularly in the eastern part of the state. Also, we're going to keep a close eye on Kansas City. Some of these areas might even wake up to seeing a lot of rain on the ground there, and that is going to mean possibility of more flooding there too. So we'll be looking on into Saturday as we go in the coming days. We're also going to find ourselves with more of that wet weather coming up into the northern plains and eventually more up into the East Coast. But it's going to be the possibility of some severe weather we're going to be watching here around the Chicago area and Wisconsin, back toward the plains as we head on into Sunday. Still warm and humid toward the south, and of course, as Vivian has been talking about, very, very warm up in the Pacific Northwest, well above your average. Even lots warmer back toward San Francisco and Los Angeles too. Monday, what a messy day in store for us here. We're going to keep a close eye on areas all the way from the Ohio Valley on into the Northeast, more into the Northeast on Tuesday as well, as we get a chance to dry out back toward Minneapolis and in Chicago. Wednesday looks like the wet weather returns here as Gulf moisture comes up into play into the Gulf Coast states. Some of that could be heavy at times. Viv?
All right, well, coming up next on Weather Center Live, we're keeping our eyes on the eye of Hurricane Blanca. The storm is churning toward Cabo San Lucas, a territory there of Mexico. We'll keep you updated.
They may claim good performance, but typically cordless vacuums deliver weak suction. The issue originates here. To make their vacuum smaller, most others make their motors smaller and less powerful. But at Dyson, we've invented the small but powerful V6 digital motor, spinning at up to 110,000 RPM, giving our latest cordless vacuums twice the suction of all others.
Dyson V6 Absolute. 2 cleaner heads to clean all floor types.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with Canine Advantix 2. Its broad-spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. Canine Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local, the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round 1 of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on. Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 87. Tonight, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Overcast, low 75. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
You're getting 3 here.
Uh-huh.
All right, here goes.
Cheddar, sour cream and onion, and salt and vinegar.
Wow. How did you do that?
I can see through the blindfold.
Pringles!
Now everyone who uses catheters can get a better catheter with Liberator Medical's free catheter sample pack. These new catheters are better than ever, easier to use, more convenient, comfortable, virtually pain-free. Don't wait. Call now and get your free catheter sample pack. There's the all-new compact catheter for women, pre-lubricated, no drips, no mess, fits in your purse. The self-lubricated catheter, it lubricates itself in the package, comfortable, no mess. The closed system catheter, pre-lubricated with its own collection bag, proven to reduce UTIs. The discreet pocket catheter, curved to fit in your pocket to go anywhere. The polished eyelet catheter for micro-smooth comfort, reduces friction and pain. Call now. Your insurance for you. Call for your free catheter sample pack with free shipping. Call Liberator Medical.
Call 1-800-601-3450. That's 1-800-601-3450.
Summer is here and it's time for the beach. So we're shopping at Burlington. It's great. They have everything we need. Bathing suits, sandals, polos. The prices are amazing. I dressed the girls for under $70. Not bad for a place known for coats. Serve so.
What happens in your home when everyone is online at once? Does the internet ever slow down?
All the time. I'll be trying to play online and we'll have someone else streaming in the other room.
Well, Xfinity has the fastest and most reliable in-home Wi-Fi. Look how fast this showdown is. Wow.
This is fast.
And who else was on this network? You can see all the stuff they were downloading.
Wow, that's really cool.
Get even more of the speed you need with Xfinity Internet from Comcast. Upgrade to get speeds up to 50 megabits per second for just $10 more a month for 12 months. See for yourself. Call or go online today.
This is Celine and David, trying to make new couple friends. This is the scent of vanilla, calming her nerves. Then melon, reminding Celine to tell that funny story from last summer. Now white flowers, making her realize she likes this couple, both of them. New Airwick Life Scents and Summer Delights, the first constantly changing fragrance that acts like real life and says stay a while. This is Celine, on a roll. Airwick, home is in the air.
Tomorrow we're live from our campsite with survivalist Creek Stewart.
What we learned about camping that could help you with your trip this summer. Wake Up with Owls at 5 and we're at 7, right from the campsite for AMHQ. We'll see you there.
Another day of rain and heavy showers across the mid-Atlantic and the southeast. Marietta, Georgia got about 1/4 of an inch of rain yesterday. And in other spots in the state, they saw more showers. They were hail a little bit farther south.
And flood waters from Oklahoma and Texas are causing the Red River in Louisiana to rise. Residents in Cato and Boucher counties, or the parishes that is, had to evacuate as rising water threatened their homes. The Red River is expected to crest on Saturday at about 34.5 feet. Northwest Louisiana, the Red Cross has opened a shelter at Southern University in Shreveport. All right, now we're going to get you caught up on what's happening currently. Of course, with Hurricane Blanca, we have the very latest on that. Hurricane specialist Dr. Greg Postel is in the lab checking the timing and intensity. We're going to talk about radar first?
Yeah, let's do the radar first, then we'll talk about Blanca, because we've got storms in Kansas City that we want to talk about, putting down tons of rain. It's just really been torrential here, and they've already seen problems already. So this is just building on the problem there.
Yeah, very heavy rain, but we have individual storms that are moving across the west central parts of Nebraska. This is Custer County, and look at a new severe thunderstorm warning just issued, and actually it's out for the same thunderstorm that's moving out of the Custer area into, well, actually into Custer County. So hailstones, we've had reports of maybe golf ball size hailstones so far with that particular thunderstorm.
And right now, the heavy rain seems to be the worst problem that areas here north of Kansas City are experiencing. Buchanan, Clinton, and Platte counties under flash flood warnings. This is an area you need to watch and make sure there's no water over the roads that you want to drive on.
Yeah, we've had heavy rain around Kansas City yesterday and even the day before. So today makes day 3 of some of that heavy rain. Okay, now we want to get you caught up on what's happening currently with Hurricane Blanca out in the eastern Pacific.
And maybe even another one to come, Dr. Postel.
Guys, you know, it is pretty active out that way. Let's have a look at the overview in the tropics. You can tell the East Pacific is a hotspot for tropical activity. We do have Tropical Storm Andres right there, and Hurricane Blanca, the most interesting feature on the map, right there. You know, it's actually weakened considerably since yesterday. You can kind of see that on the satellite pictures. It's lost a lot of those red colors right near the middle of it, right in here. We're seeing a lot more empty spaces there. In other words, clear skies or clearish skies near the center of circulation. That is not the sign of a strong tropical cyclone. Maybe it's got winds of 110, but nobody knows for sure because we're not flying reconnaissance aircraft in there. These are all estimates from the satellite pictures. But looking at it in the visible, you can see that where once we had some big thunderstorms near the middle, not anymore. These are cirrus clouds looking down almost all the way to the ocean surface. So right in here, guys, there ain't no thunderstorm activity. It is all relegated to the periphery in these kind of spiral arms where for sure there are some really strong winds in there, probably gusting over hurricane force, but I'm not so sure there's a really strong wind packet right in tight near the center. We'll just have to wait and see if the satellite pictures show later on today perhaps a re-strengthening. But right now, it is not a healthy looking system. As it moves on off toward the northwest, there's the cone from the National Hurricane Center. The center is expected to pass somewhere along or inside of that cone over the next several days, perhaps gaining some strength, perhaps. We'll see if that happens, but then ultimately weakening as it moves into cooler waters. But here's a trick. You got to think, well, is its center really equally likely to pass anywhere inside of this cone? No, it's not, because if you look at the actual models, they're suggesting a track probably on the left half of that cone, with the center likely passing west of Cabo. That would be late in the weekend or early Monday. So that's where we think the center is going to go, along that swath. Still could bring some, gusty winds and maybe some rain showers to Cabo. But if you look at the modeling, you get a sense that it kind of falls apart as it runs into those cooler water temperatures, not able to sustain a tropical cyclone. So by Sunday morning, there it is, with probably the worst of all the weather on the east side of the center, which would be right about there, and the center moving off on a trajectory about like that. So Cabo probably gets rain showers, probably, at least at this juncture, that's the way it looks. Maybe some tropical storm force wind gusts, but the good news right here, the bottom line, the system is weakening as it approaches that region. So that's good news there. Nick and Viv, back to you.
All right, definitely. Thanks so much, Dr. Postel. And we're not just watching the tropics.
No, because we're watching storms on land. They have our attention as well, including some of the more dangerous threats they pose.
One of the most amazing things about a thunderstorm you can get is hail. How do you get pea-size, golf ball size, or even soccer ball size hail? We'll tell you about it coming up.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 87. Tonight, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Overcast. Low 75. Friday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.